Good afternoon, Standard 9 students. Today I shall be teaching you The Old Man at the Bridge by Ernest Miller Hemingway. Okay, now this story is based on the aftermath or the destructive things that takes place during a battle. Who are the ultimate sufferers? The futility of war is very devastating. Okay. People become homeless, houses are burnt, they have to run for their lives, they have to leave their wealth behind, they have to go helter skelter here and there. Okay. Sometimes family members, they lose their family members, some family members get lost in this scrimmage. So here Hemingway uses an old man to represent how innocent people are a victim to this war. So this particular story is about the Spanish Civil War that took place in 1938, and it is the Ebro River. The setting is done at the Ebro River in San Carlos. Okay. The story begins with an old man with steel rimmed spectacles and dusty clothes is found sitting near this bridge, near this pontoon bridge. Now, pontoon bridge is a temporary bridge that was made across the Ebro River so that people can be evacuated to the other side of the river. Now, the meaning of this evacuation or evacuate means whenever a particular place is infected with some diseases or whether it is in a danger zone or some mass destruction is going to take place, then the people are made to evacuate. Evacuate means where you leave your hometown and you have to shift from a danger zone to a safer zone. So people who live near the sea, the seashores, sometimes like the tsunami was a big disastrous wind that took brought a lot of disaster in South India. So like that, people had to evacuate. They had to leave their hometowns and go elsewhere for shelter and to be safe. So now the attack was going to take place in San Carlos, and the people were made to evacuate. They had to leave this San Carlos and they had to cross the Ebro River, using the bridge, of course, for safety. Now, there is a soldier who was on duty, and his duty was to make sure that everyone crosses the pontoon bridge and goes on to the other side. So there were trucks, bullock carts, men, women walking. Sometimes some vehicles were giving problems. They were finding it difficult to climb up. Then the soldiers, other soldiers were there to help to push them across. But then he noticed that there was an old man sitting at the side of the road. And the other duty which he had to carry out was He had to leave that place and go ahead, further ahead, to see how far the enemies had advanced. So when he goes to find out, and then when he returns back, he noticed that first there was a lot of people, men, women were passing, animals, trucks, and carts, and all that. This time he noticed that there were only a few people that were left that were crossing the pontoon bridge. But then again he noticed that this old man was still sitting down over there. So he had to tell him, explain to him that he should try his best to cross the pontoon bridge, catch a vehicle over there, and push off to another place. But the old man was not in a position to go further because he was a 76-year-old man, and he walked for 12 kilometers, and with dirty and dusty clothes and steel rim signifies a poor man, and he was very weak and feeble. So he got very tired, he was exhausted, and he was not in a position to go further. So he sat down. When he was asked by the soldier on duty, he asked him, "Where do you come from?" He says, "I am from San Carlos." It gave him pleasure to mention the name of his hometown. Every one of us are very fond of our hometown. We love our hometown, the place where we were born, the place where we were brought up, where we spent our childhood days. So it gave him a smile. He was very proud to mention, "I am from San Carlos." And then he complained that I had to leave my animals behind. Now, the way the soldier understood that this old man must be having plenty of animals with him, and he's feeling that he's going to suffer a big loss because he has left all his animals behind. But then the soldier looked at him. Says he doesn't look like a shepherd or a herdsman. He doesn't look like as if he owns, you know, a farm, an animal farm. Because his clothes were dusty and dirty, it did not signify, he did not look as if he was doing pretty well in life. So it made the soldier curious, the eagerness to know what animals were he keeping, that did he leave behind. So, like the way he was feeling the loss, the soldier failed to understand that he was very emotional to leave his pet animals, actually. He was talking about his pet animals. The soldier misunderstood that he was talking about that he was rearing plenty of animals and he was forced to leave them behind. And it's a terrible loss for him. So the soldier was very eager. So while talking to him, the soldier also was focusing on the advancement of the enemy. So, and he was trying to calculate that after how long he would be able to hear the tramping sound or the firing sound of the enemies. And then the old man said I had to leave my animals behind because I was the last one to leave San Carlos, and I was forced by the captain to vacate or to leave this place because sooner or later the firing is going to take place. There'll be bombing, shooting, firing. So the captain had suggested that it's not safe for you. You better leave everything behind and go and save your own skin or save your own life. So then the soldier asked him, "Do you have any politics? Have you any politics?" He says, "No." "Do you have any family members?" He says, "No." And what were the animals that he was keeping? Very surprising. He was keeping two goats, one cat, and four pairs of pigeons. Okay. So now, according to the way he explained, I had to leave my animals. The soldier felt that it was a big loss for the soldier. But now he comes to know that he only had two goats, one cat, and four pairs of pigeons. Okay. And then he was asked, "Do you have any politics? Are you aware of what is happening around the world? Are you in support of the fascists? Or are you in support of the war and all that?" But the old man said, "I am 76 years old. I only live with my cat, my two goats, and my four pairs of pigeons. I take care of them. I am without politics." Means he was not concerned other than his animals that he was keeping. Other than that, he did not bother about what's happening in and around him. He was living his own life very happily, comfortably with his animals. Now, in the next class, I will read the lesson and I shall explain. This is just an introductory. Okay, thank you.